4 years ago today, I found a tick in my leg, behind my right knee, with a bullseye bruise rash around it. It only took me a few days to get to the doctor, and they confirmed they suspected it was Lyme disease and that they were going to run tests. But they warned me that the tests were going to be negative. They gave me antibiotics, 14 days, and sent me on my way. But the very next, well, it was a Friday, so that Monday, I got in contact with a Lyme specialist. I had 3 Lyme tests that were negative. But I saw the tick and I saw the bullseye, and they were negative. So I paid out of pocket for the nice test, the expensive test, the Agenix test. It was positive. Go figure. So surprising. And I have been fighting ever since. While I only saw the tick 4 years ago, I've also had it my whole life, we're pretty sure. There's not really a test for it, but I've spoken to 4 or 5 Lyme specialists, nurses, doctors, etc., and told them about my life and my medical history, and they're convinced that I've had it since I was in single digits. My mother, my husband, and I have each come to that conclusion on our own as well. So while I found the tick in my leg, and I had a bullseye, and I got treated within 5 days, here I am 4 years later, at least a year out from remission. Lyme, if I didn't know better, I would say it's actively malicious. It can affect any and every part of you. It mimics other diseases. It triggers other diseases that don't get untriggered, as it were. And it has been, fighting it has been the hardest thing I have ever done in my life. And it's not like I've not gone through the ringer on other topics, situations, whatever. It has brought me to my lowest lows. It has made me want to quit more times than I can count. But I never gave up. I'm not there yet. In August, I had a power line, which is a type of central line, placed in my chest, and I went through 5 months of an extremely intensive IV protocol. And those 5 months were harder than the entire rest of my fight. But it worked. I'm on a step-down protocol right now, and in a few months, hopefully I'll be on maintenance, and then a year from that, remission, which puts me about, best case scenario, a year and 3 months out, which would take my fight to over 5 years. And that's common. I am lucky. I got seen by a Lyme specialist and someone who believed me right off the bat. If it weren't for that tick in 2016, I actually would never have known that I had Lyme, and I never would have known why I had autoimmune diseases and other issues and all that stuff, most of which are less severe since treatment. I'm not 100% sure what keeps me going, because just wanting to be better, while an incredibly motivating factor, isn't enough on its own. So I try to find specific reasons. So getting better so that I don't feel sick all the time is obviously on the list, but getting better for my husband's sake is on there. Getting better so that we can travel is on there. Getting better so that we can have dogs or expand our family one day. These are the reasons I don't give up. And at some point, it also becomes stubbornness. I didn't make it this far just to quit. I didn't fight for 4 years just to quit now. So my advice to anyone who needs advice is find a reason outside of not being sick to fight for. Find something that you can get a picture in your mind about. If you can get better so that you can climb a mountain. It's not really my goal, but someone's. Picture that. Picture you on the top of that mountain victorious. That will probably be a better motivator than I don't want to be sick, which is a huge, huge, huge motivator. But I think for something this hard, you need more than that. So my advice is to find something worth fighting for. And don't give up, because this might be the hardest thing you do, but you can do it. You can get better. And even though there were times I wanted to quit, screaming and crying and cursing, I wanted to quit, I didn't. And I'm so glad, because I'm not out of the forest, but I can see the tree line. And one day you will too.